Welcome to Healthcare Rounds, the podcast serving you the ins and outs of health policy and business topics, as well as our take on the rapidly evolving healthcare delivery ecosystem. I'm John Marchica, founder and CEO of Darwin Research Group and host of this podcast. To learn more about us, go to darwinresearch.com.
In this episode, John has Dr. Adil Yang at the table to discuss his newest venture, Medumo. Dr. Yang is the co-founder and CEO of Medumo, a Pulse Mass Challenge digital health startup offering an intelligent patient navigation platform. Dr. Yang completed his medical degree at the University of Arizona with a research distinction and holds multiple patents and publications.
So Adil, thanks for taking the time today to speak with me. I really appreciate it.
Oh, it's my pleasure. Thanks for having me.
And Adil, I've known you for some time, and I've watched you now grow two businesses. And we're going to spend most of our time talking about your most recent effort with Medumo. But I think by way of introduction, particularly since there may be some young physicians out there listening to this recording, talk to me about how you got started in the world of entrepreneurship.
Sure, no problem. So my first real entrepreneurial experience actually came just after college, before I went to medical school. I joined a venture capital firm, really to learn about, at the time, trying to understand the business side of medicine. In this particular firm called Research Corporation Technologies, they invested in early stage medical device and therapeutics. So getting in at very early stage level, bench side, kind of research projects that just come out of the universities, and learning how to evaluate those technologies, those opportunities, with the eye on commercializing, helping them commercialize and actually build a business. And I got so much out of that experience that I wanted to become an entrepreneur myself. So when I was going through medical school, and to be honest, my first startup was really kind of serendipitous. I didn't expect to start it, but it was a particular problem that I faced along with some of my colleagues going through medical school, that we just had a really hard time kind of learning and retaining all the information that we had to kind of cement in our brains over the course of 2 years of basic science, learning all the different pathways, the bugs, the drugs, the diseases. It was just information overload. And we kind of took a creative approach because we were struggling trying to remember everything. We decided to come up with these funky stories and mnemonics and visuals to try to help us really get through the exams ourselves. And we saw how powerful that was. My co-founder that at the time had learning and memory kind of research background. So we knew this was scientifically based, and it was a fun, more exciting way to learn. So we then put all these stories and images online to try to promote it to other students to share. And that kind of took off. So we weren't expecting this to really become a business, but it did. We ended up promoting it to all the different students around the nation, even all over the country. At one point, we had over 100 countries, students from over 100 countries using our visual learning platform, our user learning system. So we developed this e-learning platform using all the stories and even promoting and allowing other students to create their own. And that grew to 500,000 students using this platform. I ended up taking a few years off of medical school just to be able to really build this company, and then eventually went back to school, finished. And after I finished medical school, I decided that I wanted to leverage the experience that I learned from building Picmonic to build Medumo, which really directs kind of everything that I've learned towards patient education and patient navigation.